Hi, so the question of today is, can you take good photos with a very cheap lens? I don't know, but we're about to find out today. That is because I have my 27mm lens with me that has an f-stop of 2.8 and is from Ttartisan. It's a very cheap one. I bought it for around $100 from eBay and I think it does a very good job, but let's find out together. Enough talking, let's see what this lens can do.
Penso na história que guardo na memória. São muitos céus azuis, muito blues. Penso na distância que andei quando criança pra poder ir trabalhar.
I started my day from Copenhagen Central Station. Opened in 1911, is the most important and busiest railway station in Denmark actually. Not very late after getting off the train, I found my first subject of the day. We have this old lady looking at something on her phone while the two men on a side are rushing somewhere, probably at their job. I think I could have done a better composition of this since I had a lady sitting in the opposite side of the picture thinking of something, but it's a decent photo to start with, I guess. The light is quite nice and pleasing this morning in Copenhagen, so the chance to get soft and colorful pictures is quite high, but for this one I chose a different perspective. I tried to exaggerate the colors here just to replicate a flash photo, and I think it turned out quite well. As I said in my previous video, when I do street photography, I like to use aperture priority, and here's an example of why. The color of the light was almost green, which means he was ready to go any moment. Without having my aperture priority on, I wouldn't have had the chance to capture this guy on a good exposure. This would be a good moment to tell you where I'm going today. I'm heading towards Copenhagen, which is a very popular place in Copenhagen with a lot of tourists, but in the same time a lot of history behind. You might have seen it in the past on Instagram or other social media accounts. The place is pretty colorful and crowded, but we'll talk more about it once I'm there. At this moment I was quite bored because I was walking for 30 minutes and nothing seemed to be interesting to shoot, but then I saw this light making the intersection look like a dream and I couldn't miss it. As you can see, a lot of people in the city use the bike, which I really appreciate because it helps me to take pictures like this. I don't particularly think this is a masterpiece, but it describes exactly how an unusual morning looks like in the summer here.
Nessa trilha ando descalço. Não é você que vai
There's a massive yellow door across the street which really caught my attention. Many people pass in front of it with their bikes, so I tried to use it as my background. I really liked this shot. I cropped it a bit more than I usually do, but it feels just right. I wanted to have one more picture here with the yellow background. The light is very good, subjects are passing in front of it every second. The only problems were the cars passing again and again. Waiting is part of the process, but I'm not a patient guy at all. I quit pretty fast when my subject doesn't show up in my frame, but this time I decided to wait a bit longer than I would normally do. I was almost hit by a bike, but I didn't want to give up on this picture. two subjects across the street getting closer to our yellow background, but the cars were still coming. And exactly when they were close to the door, a bus was passing by. But I was lucky. The picture is not bad. It's clear, nothing distractive, and a pretty good composition as well. So we are close to the backyard of Ttartisan's museum. That it was not on my bingo card for today, to be honest. What brought me here was the beam of sunlight at the end of the aisle. I was not quite sure how this place looks behind the buildings, but I was sure that a spark of sunlight will help me to get some nice shots. The backyard is pretty chill this morning. I don't know why, but I thought there's gonna be some security that would not allow me to take any picture, but obviously this was not the case. Even though I was looking for something interesting to capture, I couldn't avoid the yellow building behind me. You can do so many things with those colors. This image is full of color. It has a lot of life in it. I oversaturated the yellow because I wanted this picture to look like a painting. Not bad, but I was still waiting for a subject to pass in front of this building. I heard some bike wheels spinning, but I wasn't sure if somebody is coming. I was close to miss it because she was running quite fast and my camera was not ready. So I just had to point the camera and press the shutter without thinking too much about it. It turned out quite well. This is definitely my favorite picture so far. And this is an example of why it's better to use aperture priority when you do street photography.
Nessa trilha ando descalço. Não é você que vai fazer eu tropeçar ou duvidar ou tropeçar ou duvidar. O gato escaldado nessa trilha ando descalço. Não é você que vai fazer eu tropeçar ou duvidar ou tropeçar.
After 20-30 minutes of walking and no picture, I was thinking to go straight towards Copenhagen and see if I can find some more subjects there, but then I heard some noise coming from this street. I found this guy who was lifting some boxes on his pallet. I guess they needed to be delivered somewhere, but the light is amazing in this frame. It's very soft and nice. This allowed me to try two different edits. You decide which one is your favorite and let me know in the comments. We are finally in Copenhagen, probably the most popular area of this city. Copenhagen means New Harbor and it was built between 1670 and 1675. People come here to enjoy cafes and restaurants alongside the canal, but also to photograph the famous colorful houses.
Nessa trilha ando descalço. Não é você que vai fazer eu tropeçar ou duvidar.
I was not the only one trying to take photos here. This lady was faster than me today, as you can see. I'm curious how her pictures look. Probably better than mine. The houses date mostly from the 17th and early 18th centuries. Their colors were not always there. They were painted in vivid shades during later restorations, helping Copenhagen to become this cheerful place visitors know today. As you may notice, the area is pretty quiet in the morning, so if you consider to come around, this would be the best time to do it, because trust me, later on this place can be very crowded and loud.
ou duvidar, ou tropeçar, ou duvidar. Nessa trilha do
There are also a lot of people walking around right now, which makes my mission even harder. This yellow building is definitely the most attractive of them all. Known for being a sailor's tavern, this building was built in the late 17th century, and I'm sure it has a lot of whale stories to tell.
nessa trilha ando descalço. Não é você
I'm pretty happy with this one.
que vai fazer
There's something special about this one for me. Maybe because even though we have a lot of things in this picture, a lot of information, somehow it feels clear and simple.
ou duvidar. Mas não venha me pedir pra andar de ré, pois é. Ah, já sou gato escaldado, nessa trilha ando descalço. Não é você que vai fazer eu tropeçar ou duvidar ou tropeçar.
Alright guys, this video is coming to an end. I want to thank you all for watching this. If you enjoyed this type of videos, let me know in the comments, or you can text me on Instagram. You can find it in the description. I'll see you next time with a new video. Take care.